Well, good afternoon. We're continuing on with the commentary of the book of Job, and we've reached chapter 41, and that is the might of the Leviathan and the Behemoth. Can you draw out the Leviathan with a hook, or his tongue with a cord, which you let down? Can you catch Leviathan, a fierce sea serpent, or a large crocodile, with a hook and a line, or put a noose around his tongue? Can you put a hook into his nose, or bore his jaw through with a thorn? Can you tie him with a rope through his nose, or thrust a spike through his jaw? Will he make any supplications unto you? Will he speak soft words unto you? Will he beg you to stop, or try to flatter you from your intentions? Will he make a covenant with you? Will you take him as a servant forever? Will he agree to let you make him a slave for the rest of his life? Will you play with him as you play with a bird, or will you bind him for your maidens? Can you make a pet out of him like a bird? Can you safely give him to your little girls to play with? Shall the companions make a banquet of him? Shall they part him among the merchants? Do fishing partners sell him to the fishmongers? Can you fill his skin with barbed irons, or his head with fish spears? Will his hide be damaged by darts, or his head with a harpoon? Lay your hand upon him, remember the battle, do no more. If you lay your hands upon him, you will forever remember the battle that ensures, and you will never be stupid enough to try and do that again. Behold, the hope of him is in vain. Shall not one be cast down even at the sight of him? It is absolutely useless trying to capture him. It is scary, even thinking about it. None is so fierce that dare stir him up. Who then is able to stand before me? No one dares to stir him up, let alone try to catch and subdue him. If no one can stand before him, then who can stand before me? And there, the me is I am, the Lord God Almighty. Who have prevented me that I should repay him? Whatsoever is under the whole heaven is mine. I know I owe no man anything. Everything that exists under heaven is mine. We have to think like God. Owe no man anything. I will not conceal his parts, nor his power, nor his comely proportion. I should mention also the tremendous strength in his limbs and throughout his enormous frame. Who can discover the face of his garment, or who can come to him with a double bridle? Who can penetrate his hide, or who dares come within reach of his jaws? Who can open the jaws of his face? His teeth are terrible round about. Yes, his teeth are so terrible. His scales are his pride, shut up together with a close seal. One is so near to another that no air can come between them. They are joined one to another. They stick together that they cannot be sundered. His overlapping scales are his pride, making a watertight seal, so no air or water can get between them, and nothing can penetrate them. By his neesings the light does shine, and his eyes are like the eyelids of the morning. When he sneezes, the sunlight sparkles like lightning across the vapor droplets. His eye glows like sparks. Out of his mouth goes burning lamps, and sparks of fire leap out. Out of his nostrils goes smoke, as out of a seething pot or a cauldron. His breath kindles coals, and a flame goes out of his mouth. In these three verses, we have a clear picture of the mythical dragons that were referred to in the second book of Enoch, which is available in the sacred writings in the temple at the time of Jesus and Jude upon the earth, as they both refer to these books. Yes, dragons or dragon-like creatures are mentioned in the apocryphal book of Enoch, particularly in the second book of Enoch, which describes winged creatures called chorkidrel that are 900 measures, that is 900 cubits, or 1,315 foot long, that have crocodile-like heads and serve near the sun. The term dragon itself is often a translation from the Hebrew terms like tanin, which refers to powerful, serpentine chaos monsters or primeval forces in ancient Near Eastern thought, and also appears in the biblical book of Revelations. Out of his mouth comes sparks of fire, which can make coals catch fire, and out of his nose comes smoke. In his neck remains strength, and sorrow is turned into joy before him. The tremendous strength of his neck strikes terror wherever he goes. The flakes of his flesh are joined together. They are firm in themselves. They cannot be moved. His flesh is hard and soft. His flesh is hard and firm, not soft or fatty. His heart is as firm as a stone. Yes, as hard as a piece of the nether millstone. His heart is as hard as rock, just like a millstone. When he raises up himself, the mighty are afraid. By reason of breakings, they purify themselves. When he stands up, even the strongest warriors are afraid. Terror grips them all. The sword of him that lays at him cannot hold. The spear, the dart, nor the hebergeon. No swords can stop him, nor spears, nor darts, nor pointed shafts. He esteemed iron as straw and brass as rotten wood. The arrow cannot make him flee. Sling stones are turned with him into stubble. Iron is nothing but straw to him, and brass is like rotten wood. Arrows can't make him flee, and sling stones are as ineffective as straw. Darts are counted as stubble. He laughs at the shaking of a spear. Shooting me with darts is as useless as using stubble, and he laughs when someone shakes a spear at him. Sharp stones are under him. He spreads pointed things under under the mire. His belly is covered with scales as sharp as shards. He drags across the ground like a stream roller. He makes the deep to boil like a pot. He makes the sea like a pot of ointment. He makes a path to shine after him. One would think the deep to be hoary. He makes the water boil with his commotion. He churns up the depths. He leaves a shining wake of froth behind him. One would think that the sea was made of frost. Upon the earth there is none like him, who is made without fear. There is nothing else on the earth so fearless as he is. He beholds all high things. He is king over all of the children of pride. Of all of the beasts upon the earth, he is the proudest, the monarch of all that he sees. And so ends chapter 41.